all the things that you've done, you've accomplished, what type of faith is necessary for to be able to continue to do what you're doing?
Yeah.
Because it's hard to it's hard to get to where you are, but it's even harder to continue to do that.
Yeah, it's crazy faith. It's way of life. It's way to you to where you can really grasp the crazy faith. Because although it's a crazy faith that you have to do it, it's so easy to do it because of the life I've had to live. There's no other option.
Right.
So it is a ridiculous amount of faith, and it looks crazy to people that don't understand, but it looks like everything you're supposed to do to the people that do. But the base and the foundation of it all is definitely God.
Yeah.
He has to be connected to everything I do, or it's a wrap.
Facts.
Yeah.
I really love that. I love God so much.
Me too.
I love him so much.
For real. Because he ain't got a reason to fool with me.
Yeah.
It's trifling than I am.
What's up, y'all? I'm back with another video for No Perimeters Podcast. I have a special guest, Christian Washington.
Yes.
Also, Christian the comedian.
I lied.
Yeah. Christian. Right. This has been a long time since I knew you as Christian Washington.
Yeah, everybody
The
still
Hooper.
should know me as Christian Washington. I don't know about the Hooper, but
Man, we used to hoop all the time.
We did. I don't know if I'm still that today is what I'm saying.
Facts.
Yeah.
I feel that, yeah. So let's introduce yourself. Who are you?
Yeah, so Christian Washington, that's who I am. Born and raised in Little Rock, Arkansas. Mom from country, dad from the country. Church boy, grew up in church. Got a brother, of course. But I was always the younger sibling, right? So I was able to kind of study. My brother's 5 years older than me, so I was able to study under him and watch him make his mistakes. But just a charismatic kid growing up. I always wanted to be, I don't know if center of attention, but I just wanted people to have a good time. So I always wanted to make sure that the room energy was right. Whether that's telling jokes, whether that's just bringing a smile to the room, my energy was always up, as a kid. So I found my way to be, the face of a lot of different things, just growing up. But yeah, that's the core of who I am. Church boy, grew up right here in Little Rock, Arkansas. And just trying to make it like everybody else.
Facts.
That's it.
That's all we doing.
That's it.
Yeah. So you talk a lot about your experience with your high school teacher.
Yeah.
Who inspired you.
Heck yeah.
Can you tell us about that? Wait, was this at Bryant?
This was at Bryant.
What?
Yeah.
Who?
So it was Mr. James Paul.
Do I know? I don't think I know.
You might, but you might not. I'm gonna tell you why. Because he was. I remember this yesterday. He was a ex-arena football kicker.
Okay.
And we caught the first year of him being a teacher. And so now that I'm older, right, and I didn't live a little life, not a whole lot, but a little life, I can just imagine, how you can be at that level, right, with them type of dreams, maybe potentially going to the NFL, maybe, I don't know, you're around so much in arena football, that's a professional league.
Yeah.
So I don't know what your dreams might have been for you to come back to high school, man, with all that exposure. It makes so much sense why he was instilling what he was instilling. But for the people that don't know what happened, was growing up in Little Rock, right? You can look at a guy like me that excessively talks, right? That was just the last one on the behavior document. I'll never forget it. It was the last check on the behavior document. It said excessive talking. I stayed getting that one.
Yeah.
But my grades always stayed good. That in Little Rock, of course, it might have been roasted. It might have been class clownery. You know what I'm saying? What most teachers might refer to it too. And so, like I said, I do tell the story often. But what I tell people is that the pivotal thing that I remember as a kid, and it may not have been this way, but it was how I received it, is that if you're excessively talking in LRSD, I was feeling my pathway was going to lead me to, failing or being in jail or, being a problem in the U.S., right?
Right.
The first time I had heard that it was going to make me some money was when I was in Bryant.
Yeah.
And it was Mr. Paul. And like I said, I'll never forget him and that impact. Because he looked at what I did and he was like, what you have is called charisma and you should be paid for it. And I remember him vividly saying that. And he was like, man, if you just trust me, like, I think we could try something. And so what we tried was the news broadcast. Then now if you're a student at Bryant or like if you go there, you know, it's like a part of the ritual. Like everybody got to watch the news in the morning to get the updates. But like in 2014, that was brand new. That was like that hadn't happened before. And so I didn't know the weight of that at the time. I was just like, look, I'm out here, I get to be on camera. It's stuff fun. Right? But I'm learning the behind the scenes and I'm learning in front of it as well. So I'm picking up a skill in the trade that's gonna fund the rest of my life and I don't even know it, while also trying to chase my dreams in reality. So yeah, that moment was huge, right? And he gave me that opportunity and allowed me to see something in myself that I hadn't seen my whole life. I thought it only could be hooping. Like it was like hooping or football if it's not sports. I don't know what it is. So I'm grateful to my dad for sending me there. Although I did want to go to J Fair. You know what I'm saying? R.I.P. to Coach Poole and you know what I'm saying, Coach Johnson, they just know like I wanted to be there. You know, the coaches where I was at, you know what I'm saying, didn't like my talking. They didn't like my charisma. It just didn't mesh with them. I don't know what it was, but it just didn't mess with them. They thought I was a problem when, I mean, in reality, I feel like I would have helped keep his best players out of trouble, but.
Brian?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. If anybody, I was probably the most head on straight.
Yeah.
But I just talked a lot. And so I did have a smart valve. You ain't finna out. You ain't finna out talk to me.
Talk to you.
Yeah, that's over with. But we see where that led me to. So
yeah, facts. And you see what I'm saying?
Right. I'm grateful for it all. But I did want to go to J Fair. My dad sent me to Bryant, and it was frustrating. It was a new environment. I mean, just to be frank, you're gonna take me from the hood and send me over here with all these white people.
Yeah.
I ain't with it. Like it don't, whatever. But I found so much out about myself doing that, right? That I'm so much bigger than just the hood.
Yeah. No, for real.
So I'm grateful for it.
Yeah. So along the way, did you take any losses?
Heck yeah.
Can you go into a little detail about it?
Yeah. So like I said, I picked up a trade when I was learning at AB Tech, which is digital filmmaking and graphic design. So while chasing that comedic career, right, that started as Christian comedian, I bought a lot of camera equipment. I think I spent like up to $2,000 on camera equipment.
Right.
But I was also trying to be, innovative and throwing parties and everything. And I knew in other cities, people would film their parties and post them. And I'm like, man, that'll separate me from people here. You know what I'm saying? Because the people here can throw parties, but they can't film them. And so I'm going to film my own parties. And that's what I was doing. Lo and behold, I threw a party off Asher. And I won't say no names, but I threw parties off Asher at a club and was filming, and I ended up leaving my equipment at the club. And so I called the owner asking if...
Gone.
Right, and of course, he said he didn't have it. The party only had like 7 people there. So it's like, who got the equipment, bro? It ain't that. But anyway, I ended up losing that. And again, like everything happens for a reason. So I was grateful for that happening because it made me shift, right? It was the reason why FaceTime Chronicles got started. And that was the first thing that sent me on a spiral on Instagram. This is back before you got paid to make videos and all that. But I remember getting my first 1 million views on the FaceTime Chronicles, where I was making these video simulations with strippers, and I had this fake character named Mike, and I would tell like my life story. And I was just like the cheating husband with strippers on FaceTime. But it was a crazy run, right? It was the first time I was able to see some notoriety. It was the first time I was able to like see that what I'm doing worked. But that wouldn't have been created without my equipment being stolen because I had to use my phone.
Right.
All I had was my phone to create it. And so my skill set at Bryant, of course, made it look like I was using some app. And at that time, there were no apps for it. There were no nothing. But now you can just simulate anything, you know, AI and everything. But those losses turned into that, which again, right when I built that up, I took another loss, right? and that was in the followers. I put all my faith and all my coins in my Instagram page, and then it got took. The page just got took.
Yeah.
One of the hackers, reached out to me saying one of my community guidelines was wrong. I put in the login information. Typical story.
Yeah.
Page gone. You know what I'm saying? Over 50,000 followers gone. Everything gone. But all my coins was in that. And so then it made me really deep dive into who I am as a person. And really find an identity instead of just chasing fame.
Right.
And so that's where that whole transitioning Christian to comedian to CTC representing create the culture and initiative behind it in life and being bigger than just CTC as like a MC, right? But now this is being created to shine the light back on the creator, right? And so that's what that got created for. And then the voice of CTC is just me.
Yeah.
So
right.
I didn't want it to leave me, you know what I'm saying? I hate to use this reference because he ain't did nothing to me, but I didn't want to be like Bow Wow where you trying to get rid of your name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's a part of who I am. So I don't care if a politician need me. I don't care if, pastor need me, whoever. You got to accept their side too to accept this version too because it's a part of it. So I wanted CTC to stick with me. So that's why we at the voice CTC now. But like you said, CTC stands for so much now. Create the culture, Christian to comedian. I'm a cancer, so Christian to cancer.
Yeah, whatever.
I mean, whatever you want it to mean for it. As long as it leads to me, it makes sense because I'm going to lead you back to the creator of it all. And that's what I wasn't doing at first, but now I am. And so it's just so much more purpose and everything now.
Yeah. And so out of all the things that you've done and you've accomplished, what type of faith is necessary for... to be able to continue to do what you're doing, because it's hard to get to where you are, but it's even harder to continue to do that.
Yeah, it's crazy faith. That's what it is. It is. It's crazy faith, and I say that lightly, right? Because I don't want to steer anybody away from it, but it's something that you have to understand. Can't nobody talk you into it. Like life is gonna life its way to you. To where you can really grasp the crazy faith. Because although it's a crazy faith that you have to do it, it's so easy to do it. Because of the life I've had to live. There's no other option.
Right.
So, it is a ridiculous amount of faith and it looks crazy to people that don't understand, but it looks like everything you're supposed to do to the people that do. So, faith is very important. And I'm big on faith without works is dead, right? So it's like, it take work. It take a lot, but the base and the foundation of it all is definitely God. Yeah. He has to be connected to everything I do.
Absolutely.
Or it's a wrap.
Facts.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that.
Absolutely.
With you on that. So you have some independent artists on your show?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So can you tell me about what inspired you to give them that opportunity to be on your platform?
Yeah, exactly what I said, and you might say it, so I'm gonna be honest, right?
Yeah.
Did nothing inspire me to do that. It was a direct order from God. When I first got my little CTC run, right, he allowed me to get a lot of credit. He allowed me to boast about me a whole lot before he gave me my self check, right? And when he gave me my self check, I told him I'll no longer make this about me. I'm going when people revere me for what I do and the skill I have, I'm gonna let them know that it's you. I'm no longer taking the credit for being dope. I'm done. But I was doing enough of that on the front end, right? And so when he kind of self-checked me, I made a promise to him that I'm gonna do everything in his order, right? And so he started to create those doors, right? Those doors started to open. And when they opened, the human side of me started thinking about what I can do, right? And so I'm in this big, situation. And to be specific, to not talk around it, the job in Power 92, the opportunity came. This is the #1 station in the state. This ain't no play. This is, it's the real deal. There's no more chasing anything. I can't get any bigger. It's the #1 position. And so he gave that to me. And when he gave it to me, if I'm being honest with you, sis, I'm like, oh my God. I've done enough dues, all right? I'm about to text everybody. They call my phone. Everybody, you're going to pay the price because I had to work to get here. And he instantly told me,
absolutely not.
I put you in this position because of who you are in your heart and the story that you have. You're here for a reason. And I need you to give this platform to them. And so there were some things I had to do within the station, right? To show my worth. And it required me to work and the trust. I had to gain that. You know what I'm saying? So I had to take a couple sticks. You know, and I'm like, why am I fighting for this segment that I'm not even finna make no money off of, right? Yeah. And so I get it now though, right? Because now when people come into the studio, right, they get the opportunity to get their music played. And a lot of them, they feel like that's the cream of the crib, right? I'm getting my music played on the air. You know what I'm saying? But then when it's all about what happens when the air is off air. That's the purpose and why I do what I do there. I know that the bait is pounding me too, and you get to tell all your friends that you playing on the radio, and so many people get to listen to you. But then when we turn off air, right, we get to talk about the stuff we don't talk about enough, which is, do you feel like you called to do this? Do you feel like stuff is really working? You know, the facade that you give with Instagram is that everything is working, but you telling me you ain't making no money.
Right.
So let's have a real conversation off air about, you know, where you need to be. And I think hearing those type of things and that type of criticism and just that honesty, right, from somebody like me that people may look up to because of my position. Right. I think you receive it differently. Almost like when you was hooping, right? Yeah. It's one thing when a coach tell you something that you know ain't hoop. Coach ain't never played ball. When he tell you need to box out, it's like, bro, get on. Right. But when the NBA player come in and he tell you that boxing out don't get you your opportunity and being able to execute that job, now for some reason it clicks, right? And so now I've learned that God has made me the Arkansas #1 host so that when people do come, I can give the same criticism they've been hearing their whole life, that it may actually stick. And so I have a responsibility to do that segment. So I'm back to not taking the credit for that segment. That's a duty of mine because of the room he allowed me to be, and if I steward that room right, he gives me more. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
I love. You know what? I noticed that you really are a man of God.
Absolutely.
I can tell. I love that.
There's no other way to be.
Yeah.
It ain't. It may look sweet to everybody else. I'm telling you right now. Without that, it's cancel Christmas.
Exactly. You can't move until he allows you to. So,
nope.
Yeah. So, what advice do you get? Because it seems like you are not just doing this. You didn't take this position just to get people on or put them on the map or whatever. You're doing this really to mentor, to guide, to help and just lead them in the right direction. So that's really good. But what advice would you give anybody who's trying to chase after their dream?
Man, years ago I would have said a different answer. But my advice now at the age I'm in now, and I don't mean to sound like a pastor, right? But forget it if I do. Make sure everything you're doing is checked off with him first, with God. It's the secret. It's the secret superpower. If he's in alignment, and I don't want people to think when I say that, right? Because I don't know who's watching. I don't want people to think that I'm talking about a simple guy, right? Like this don't mean that you're supposed to be a gospel rapper tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's like, please don't disrespect my guy and think that he just deal with the church.
Yeah, facts.
So what I'm saying is, though, he has to be in alignment with everything you're doing in order for you to really see the fruit from it. Yeah. And so if you just make sure you check in with him, and what that does is inevitably it makes you check in with yourself. It makes you become aware of your self-identity. So going to the gym and stuff like that matters. So your thoughts ain't clouded, right? So you know exactly what he's telling you, when he's telling you, and you can move in alignment. I call it being in alignment with your assignment. All you want to do is make sure that you are in alignment with your assignment, and that's the biggest advice that I can give anybody. All right, outside of like going to go practice and make sure you're good, and the more work you put into it, the better you'll be. And it's just, man, and all that. I wish they would have told me when I was younger, right? It ain't that. Right, the work, the ethic that you put into stuff comes when you connected to him because he asked you to work in the spirit of excellence. Mm-hmm. So everything you do when it's through him has to be done right. It's what saved my marriage. Mm-hmm. It's involving him into it. It takes out all the non-negotiables, like all of those things where you argue, your wife argues, so she made me so well, I talk to him about her. Yeah. I don't pick what she does. I talk to him about his daughter. Yeah. And it's her job to talk to him about me. Mm-hmm. And then we meet in the middle. Mm-hmm. But we're on assignment. It can't be about us. And even in your career, when you make it about you, he'll show you. Exactly. You'll see some good from it. And then you won't get any fulfillment. The fulfillment from everything comes from being in alignment with him. Yeah. Yeah, so you don't look at likes, you don't look at shares if you know he happy. Yeah. But if you don't know he happy, you need affirmation from everybody else. You start to make posts like, people don't support me. Well, it don't matter if people don't support you if he do. The real issue is that you know he don't, but you ain't checked with that yet. So you got to check with that, and then that's what puts you at peace. Yeah, I love it. You know, I really love that. I love God so much. Me too. I love him so much. For real, because he ain't got a reason to fool with me. Yeah. It's trifling than I am. Right. Yeah, but he do. So, I had something different that I was going to ask you, but I'm going to change it in direction because I feel like God is moving. I'm going to be obedient. Yeah. For those who don't know who God is, even how to connect with him or even how to hear from him, I know how, but I wonder, I want to pick your brain about that. Like, how do you encourage somebody else to chase after that connection with God, their relationship, their intimacy with God that they need in order to, because some people probably just don't know, Yeah. So how would you explain that to them? I'll say this. For one, we got 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Mm-hmm. A lot of times we're taught how to talk to him and we ain't taught how to listen. Mm-hmm. My dad used to tell me all the time, he's always talking to you, but we ain't never listening. Mm-hmm. And so, to me, the way that you allow your senses to be more sensitive to it is to shut off other ones. And so, less talking, less I know what's happening, less that humble place is where he finds you, right? And that's why a lot of people tend to say they found him when life went bad, right? Because when life go bad, you didn't put all your power into it and it went left. So now you're at a point where you're like, bro, look, I ain't got nothing. What? And then he shows himself, right? So I think for the people that don't know who he is, right, and may have a heart to want to, they're in the sweetest spot ever. To me, the most dangerous people are the ones like us, right, that know, and then we still fight with flesh. It's a very tough spot right there. But when you're at a place where you genuinely want to know who he is, and you don't know, you're in the best spot ever. Like, because I'm not gonna say it's easy, right? But he's right there for you too. Like, he's right there in the place. But to give you a tangible, like, something you can do tomorrow, my God is a God of excellence, right? So if you aren't working in the spirit of excellence in your life, start to make those changes. Just start to make those changes. So, like, for instance, something that you can do tomorrow, right? If you have a dream to be a millionaire, right? That's a lot of people's dream. Let's say I want to be a millionaire. But the 5 people you talk to the most, none of them are. Change it. First thing you need to do if you are trying to be a millionaire, put yourself around other millionaires. Yeah. It don't mean you got to cut everybody off. It just means the people you talk to the most, at least 2 or 3 of them need to be close to that field or headed in that direction. Better than where you are. Because you are the sum of the 5 people you talk to the most. Right? So if you're out of shape, change this. And the 5 people you talk to the most are out of shape too. Yeah. Change it up. Right? It's some of the changes that I'm starting to do, right? I'm starting to learn these things where I don't cut my fat friends off. No, they my partners. But the people I talk to the most, I learned how to make sure I talk to more healthier people more often. I want to talk to you more. Mm-hmm. I got married, same difference. Yeah. It ain't that I don't hang with my single friends. I'm cool with them. But the people I talk to the most are married. Yeah, facts. It's just because it's in alignment with where I'm headed, right? But when you do that, God tends to reveal himself.
Absolutely.
When you start to make those changes, healthier habits, and you start to identify who he is. Right now, if you're in a place where you feel like you don't know who he is, but you got a heart that wants, 9 times out of 10, you do know that it's him. You just haven't exercised that sensory enough to be able to identify, pinpoint, boom, that's him. And just to be honest, right, I struggle with it. Even to this day, as God-fearing as I am, flesh and God and knowing what my plans is and his, that is a daily struggle, right? So I don't want nobody to think somebody got it figured out. We're figuring this thing out together. But what I do to keep my nervous system toward that is keep God-fearing people around me. If I got somebody around me and I've been talking to them for a year and they ain't saying nothing about God, it's just not helping me if I want to stay close to God. So that's just something tangible that you can do like today. And start to think about the areas of your life where you would like to be excellent, even if it's good credit. I don't care how simple it is. Like, you just want to start cleaning your house more, or you want to have a cleaner car. Like, hang with people who clean their car. Like, I'm telling you, like, it will start changing how you move and how you see things. It doesn't make what others do wrong. It just puts you in alignment with your assignment. Like, and you have to do that. I feel first, you got to take a step toward excellence within yourself, and then he reveals himself because he's embodied in everything that's excellent. So when you eat right, you start to hear him more. When you know what I'm saying? When you're in the gym, you start to feel it. I've been on a treadmill and just started crying. Like, what, bro? What? Like, where is this emotion coming from? But it's like, he's at that space every time. He's in excellence. Yeah, you will see him, like, even in players. I tell people now it's freaky, but like, I'll see a player like playing basketball. I'm like, man, you anointed to play. Like, you move people when you play. Your emotion, like, you ain't even trying, like, but I know you different. Like, you called to do this, bro. You know what I mean? That's them type of people that showed me I wasn't going to the league. I'm for real. You know what I'm saying? I seen it then, you know? Playing point guard and Bobby at the front of the 1-3-1. And then you got to come up the court and try to get past him. Yeah, I'm not going to the league. You know what I'm saying? It's not happening. It's okay. We going to fight hard because this is a life challenge right now, but some people called to do this and some people not. But
that's what's up.
That's my best advice for people that I like to make it tangible and not talk over people. People need things, practicality in their steps. Like, I'm one of them people. Like, I'm here to tell me to work hard. What do I need to do? So start changing the surroundings and making those excellent choices. If you're interested in finding out who God is, he'll reveal himself.
Absolutely.
And just have an open ear.
I love that. And I thank you so much.
My dog.
I really do. I really am grateful that you came today.
There's a few people in the world that can call me anytime, any place. You one of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Anybody that knew me for hooping, you probably locked in for life. Just because, you was there before it was even anything, right? But y'all seen it then, so y'all would have started it. It's
dope.
I'm proud of you too. This is fire. It's gonna be huge.
I appreciate that. Well, I'm actually glad you said that because I was actually talking yesterday. I was kind of thinking about. I was like, I don't know if I want to continue to do this, and the reason why is because I personally don't want to be like everybody. You know, and it seems like everybody is starting to do it.
Absolutely.
And I'm just like, I don't want to do that. Like, I want to be different.
I'm so glad you were vulnerable enough to say that. Because I think what I said to the people, right, you should hold on to a little bit of it. And that's, we not in this for us. We're not in this for us. It may be, 100, it may be 3,000 people listening, right? But you gotta know when you do this, that well, check in first, right? Make sure it is in alignment with him. But that's what allows you to keep going. There are days I don't want to talk to y'all on the radio.
I mean,
for real. You know what I'm saying? There's days I don't want to do that. I just don't want to. But what I've learned to do is stop connecting it to me.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about me.
Yeah.
It's about that lady that listens to me every day that I don't know her name, don't know where she's from, and I am the only light in her day. Mm-hmm. And so if I don't bring that CTC energy, I'm messing up the assignment. Right. I was put here for a reason.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm supposed to give. Mm-hmm. It's that energy.
Yeah.
And so if this is an alignment, right, which I feel like it is, I don't think things like this happen just out of spite, right? But they do come with challenges. But those challenges just make you fight with your human side and your spirit side. Mm-hmm. So bring it back closer to that, right? Mm-hmm. Drive it through him and let him show you the fruit from it. Yeah. And stop putting the pressure on yourself. Because we don't control nothing anyway.
Exactly.
If I sit up here and watch my numbers and ratings every day, like, bro, how many people listening to me? I would stop tomorrow. But it ain't about that.
Yeah.
I just let him do him.
Yeah. I think personally, like when you said it's not about you, and when you were saying that, in my mind, I was like, I hear you, God. You know what I mean? Because Absolutely. I don't believe in coincidences anymore because of my relationship that has progressed with God. Yeah. And even like today, I ain't gonna lie, I ran a red light on accident. And the car didn't hit me. She just blew her horn. But as I passed it, I was like, thank God. Thank you, God, for saving me. Because Absolutely. That wasn't just like, oh, that just didn't happen. That was God who saved me. Because she could have hit me. And in my mind wasn't focused.
Right.
You know? So, I thank you, God. I hear
Absolutely, yeah.
This is good. And
even on a deeper level, right? That red light could have been a sign for him to just tell you to stop and chill. Yeah. Like, just relax. Mm-hmm. And you on go.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's on go.
Right.
But in spite of that, he still gives you grace and mercy, right? And protects you. And it's good for you to have that, the sensory awareness to recognize it, right? And be like, yeah, I hear you, God. But when I tell you, like, he don't be asking us to be stressed like we are. He never asked us to. He's like, bro, just chill. Like, I've been controlling this since you've been hooping.
Yeah.
So he's telling you, like, I got you. Let me pinpoint it. You just stay in alignment.
Yep.
Now, the earthly realm, right, is going to always challenge that alignment. Always. But you just stay in connection with them. And it's easier to stay in connection with them when you put yourself around other people that are in connection with them.
Exactly.
So that's the sauce. Yeah. That's the secret. But you're good, though. Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm proud. This don't happen for no reason.
Yeah.
So you're going to be good.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I thank you for being here today and coming on my podcast. I know you are busy, man. And thank you for choosing to come. But I appreciate you. And this video is going to drop this Sunday, the Lord's Day. Do you hear me? Please, can you tell the people your social media stuff so I can put that on here?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Instagram, The Voice CTC. Facebook, you can find me at Christian Washington. Any other questions you may have, check out the website, thevoicectc.com. Booking is available. Again, I say booking is available again. Booking. It's available. Shouts out to the No Parameters podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Thank you. Well, I appreciate you. I'm going to give you a hug.
You can give me a hug. You can give me a hug.
Okay.
My dog.
Yes.